What's good, my lovely peoples? It's your main man Solace here, the humble servant of the life. I want to break down this video today for y'all, basically called the cost of life. Because y'all have to understand that nothing in this life is free. There's a balance. Give and receive. So it's simple. Even when the sperm cell got the egg, it had to give its tail. So you grasp that? It was giving, or it received an egg, so it gave its tail. The sperm cell sheds its tail when it goes inside the egg, if you didn't know. So this is why I'm saying that. See, when you're dealing with the life, it's always gonna be a cost. But it's not a matter of money, because y'all lost in money. See, with the life, it basically boils down to give and receive, or cause and effect. However you want to look at it, there's a balance. If you receive something, you must give. Now, this is truly the first and only universal or life law that there is. Give and receive. This is the balance of life. So anything that you get in this life, it will be balanced out, meaning you will give something back. Now, when you're dealing with the life, this is unnegotiable. This is why it's important that you do this on your own to stay in tune with the life. Now, when you're dealing with the life, whatever you receive of the life or from the life will take something from you, making it balanced out. And this is how you should live in your day-to-day life when interacting with others. If I receive something from this brother, I must give something back to this brother. This is how life works, the balance. Now, men go around it and try to alter it and make it however they want. Oh, I received something from this brother, so I gave something to my mother because it's a balance. Now, when you're dealing with the life, same balance. And when you're interacting with the living things in the life, you should try to move with that same balance. This is how you prosper. But people don't grasp this. You have to be in a giving position to even receive a thing. This is why knowledge is not received. It's heard, but it's not received so that it can be applied. Because people are in receiving spirits. No thought to give. And when you're in a receiving spirit, you miss so much grasp. In order to receive, you must be in this position. Can I have? And you must be in that same position to give. So the same position to receive is the same position to give, which is like that. So you have to grasp. If you're not in a given position, you can't even receive a thing. Y'all like this. And this is why you're missing so much. Because you're unbalanced. But we have to grasp. When you're dealing with the life, everything's going to cost you. Now, I want to prove this to y'all using science. But I'm going to break down the science basically using the life so people can grasp. Now, we all know we have oxygen-fueled bodies. Basically, the bodies we have, they need oxygen. It's plain and simple. You need oxygen. You need to breathe every second of the minute of the day. So you have an oxygen-fueled body. So now you take oxygen from the life. And when you take that oxygen, it causes you. It causes you to age. Now, when you take in and inhale the oxygen, you exhale hydrogen or nitrogen, I forget which one. But you give back something immediately. And when you receive that oxygen, it causes something for you. It basically gives you energy. So when you receive the oxygen, you have to give back something immediately. And what you receive from the oxygen, you must give back also. So you receive energy when you get the oxygen. But the oxygen causes you to age. So you see the balance? You took oxygen and gave back hydrogen. The oxygen boosted you up. And in that boosting you up, it causes you to decline or age. Now, a lot of y'all are probably wondering, how does oxygen make you age? You sound stupid. It's a thing called oxidation. We call it aging for some reason. But if you ever seen a rusty nail, well, the rusty nail got old. That's why it looks that way. And it got that way from oxidation, meaning it was exposed to oxygen in fluids. And over time, this makes it rusty or old looking. Now, you inhale oxygen. You're filled with fluid, and you inhale oxygen. So over time, this causes you to go through oxidation also, just like the rusty nail. You have the same elements within you that nails do. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. It causes you to age or oxidize. So every time you breathe, it causes you a smidgen of age. And it's a very deep thing that we have to grasp. Even with food. You eat food. It sustains you. But now you have to bear the weight of the food. So grasp how deep that is. You eat meat. You have to bear the weight of that meat. This is how people get big. When you were a baby, you were smaller. You eat. You get bigger. You have to bear that weight. If you only eat salad, you may not get that big, or maybe you will. Who knows? But you have to bear that weight. So it's a deep thing. If you take oxygen, you have to pay that cost. It's always a cost. So you have to grasp that. Now, being as though we're only in receiving thoughts and everybody just wants to receive, we don't grasp the balance. So for y'all, everything in the life should be bad. Because y'all are so racist with foods and this thing is not good for you and that thing is not good for you. Well, y'all should just look at everything as bad for you, because whatever you partake in, it has a balance to it. So it will cost you. No matter what it is, it's going to cost you. So just you breathing in oxygen causes you to age. You eating food, that adds on to it too, because now you have to drag around that weight, and that causes you to burn energy. Then you need more oxygen. So it's a balance, and you have to grasp. It's almost like the more physical or heavier the thing that you take from, the more you have to give. You take oxygen, it causes you to slightly age throughout the life. You take food, which is heavier than oxygen, it speeds it up more. But you need both these things, and you have to take them. But men are so selfish, they hate the giving part. So they try to avoid aging. Go through this dumb thing and that dumb thing, trying to avoid aging so they can avoid death. See, you have to grasp. From the life you took yourself a body. And you're supposed to give the body back at some point. It's just a borrow. But men try to keep the body. Meaning they try not to age. Stay young forever so they don't die. Keep the body. So you see how unbalanced the life is with people. It's no give and receive, or even the thoughts of it. You receive so much from the life, every millisecond of it. In most of the things you receive from the life, you don't even notice. You look at it as an obligation. I'm supposed to. No, whatever you get, you're supposed to give, so that the acknowledgement is grasped. When you inhale, you should be thinking, the balance. But y'all don't think nothing except I'm greedy and I want more. So it's a deep thing. Now, in a selfish person's mind, they would probably look at it, well, damn, everything in the life is bad for you. Well, I guess in that case, everything in the life is bad for you. If you're trying to stay stuck in one aspect of the life, which is this dimension of physical plane that we're on. But at the end of the day, life is the ascend. And as you ascend all through the life, you must remember the balance of it, which is give and receive. Whatever you take, You must give. Now, when you're dealing with the life, it's going to take it regardless. We try to go against the giving back part, not realizing the life is not bargaining with you. And this causes us to basically lose. So you figure men die trying to avoid the balance and order of life. Men die younger because they avoid the balance and order of life of give and receive. People suffer and go through all type of afflictions because of the simple law of give and receive. You know, men loan men money and then they don't pay them back and they kill them. And we like, damn, nigga killed them over nothing. Pieces of paper. But really, he broke the laws of the life, man. You knew you took that goddamn money. Now, I'm not saying people should die if they didn't repay a loan. I don't know anybody's shit, so I don't care if you do. But I'm not saying people should. But you have to understand the balance of life. If you understood the balances of life, you never would have even been in that circumstance. You would have never took from a man and not gave back to the man. So you would have never been in that position to begin with. So we have to understand, you can avoid whatever you want, but you can't avoid the life. It will get you. Because the life is always balancing itself out, regardless of what you're doing. So you will get balanced out. And it'll be a rough balance because you're trying to go against it. So it'll be a rough tide when the tide comes to balance you out. It'll be very rough because you don't grasp and you're going to be going against. And this is how we live our lives, against the balance. This is why men, lives are shorter than they would be because they miss so much. Because they are so thirsty not to give. Meaning, it's so much you don't receive in this life. Because you're trying to avoid giving. Grasp how deep that is. You have to grasp. It's like a man robbing people. A man could have gotten robbed, right? A good man who never does anything to anybody gets robbed one day. And people are like, oh my God, man, that was a good man, he got robbed. But maybe he never gave anything and just took from the life. So he never did anything to anybody but just take. And never gave. And one day he got robbed and the life balanced it out. Now, y'all could say, well, what if a good man who gives all the time gets robbed? This happens. Well, if a good man who gives all the time gets robbed, it doesn't matter because he's a giver anyway. So he's going to give it away anyway. So it's still balanced. And whoever took from him, they going to give. And being as though they took what they weren't supposed to take, they're going to get it worse when it's time for them to receive or give. Because it's all in balance. They took from a man, so now they must give, or the life is going to take from them. Whatever pain you cause to a person in your taking, you will give or receive in that same manner. So it's a deep thing. If you give a person something ugly, like, yeah, I fucking hate you, take it. They gonna take it in the same manner. Fuck you. So it's a balance. We have to understand. Now, pardon the curses. Y'all know, I'm working on that. Sometimes they still slip out. No biggie. Now, I just need y'all to understand. Life is a balance. Stop receiving this knowledge from me and not paying your $5 a month dues. I mean, for God's sakes, that's $1 a week. That's less than 15 cents a day. Let's stop playing games. Y'all learn a lot from me, and y'all could learn more if y'all stop playing games with yourselves. Get into a given spirit, and you will receive. And it's that simple. It's your main man, Solace, man. Y'all be groovy.